about the plantain chips? Did it cook or you eat? Huh?
That's the secret of a good cook.
You have to taste while you go along. Hi guys, Barbara here, and Joe and I are in the kitchen and we're having some fun today because we're making good old-fashioned Belizean plantain chips. Oh my goodness, look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Salty, delicious treat, not much ingredients needed. You're gonna love these. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Alright guys, so you know I always invite Joe in the kitchen when it's stuff that's hard for me to do, right? So green plantains are kind of hard to open, so that's why I invited my sweet husband in here to help me out. And he's good at anything plantain or coconut. And let me tell you guys, I love chips. I think I'm a chips monster. But there are so many chips that I cannot eat because it's loaded with preservatives, especially MSG. And if you look at a bag of chips, like a regular bag of chips, you're going to see that it has MSG. They don't even hide it anymore. They'll either call it MSG or monosodium glutamate, which is the proper name for MSG, or they'll sneak it in there on the natural flavors. So I can't eat regular, like, I'm not going to name brands, but I can't eat regular chips. The only chips that I can eat from the store are corn tortilla chips. And if you look on the back of the bag of those, it'll say corn, salt, and oil. So basically that's all we have here too. The ingredients that we're going to need are going to be green plantains, super green plantains, okay? We're going to need a plantain slicer. I've tried it before without the plantain slicer and it just did not come out as beautiful as these. And we're going to need some salt. I'm using sea salt, and we're going to need, of course, the cooking oil. So, Joe's behind me and he's frying already. We got started in the middle of the show this time because there was a lot of preparing to do, all right? So let me show you what he did before.
Hey guys, look at these two plantains right here. If you look at this one is more riper and this one is green. You don't want to use the one that is riper. You want to use the green one that's totally green so you could get a good chips. Alrighty.
So all he does is cut off the ends of the plantain, and then he uses the tip of the knife to cut a long slit along the body of the plantain, and then he uses the edge of the knife to just kind of loosen up the peel. And then what you want to do is stick your thumb on the inside and just kind of run it along the inside. You don't want to jab your fingernails in there because if the peel gets under the nail, it is going to hurt you so bad, all right? So just go with your thumb along the length. A lot of people have told me they don't like to make plantain chips because they can't get the green plantain open. Well, there's a technique to it. See, Joe is showing us. So he has all 5 open and he's using the slicer, and you're going to really need the slicer if you want your chips to come out good, okay? Because we can't slice them this thin. Take a look at how thin they are, see? We can see the sun through this.
You gotta push real hard against the wood so the chips don't come in pieces, so you can get a whole piece like this right here.
Now let's watch as our master chef Joe show us how it's done. He's going to show us different cutting techniques.
Okay, then I'm going to try it this way now. Let's see what we get.
So right here he's cutting along the length of the plantain so we can get a longer plantain chip.
Pretty good.
And sometimes you just gotta leave a brother in the kitchen so he can have some fun by himself. Now he's putting the plantain at an angle and he's getting some oval type chips. So you can pretty much do any design that you want. Then all you have to do is put 2 or 3 cups of canola oil in a skillet and get it heated up. You get a skillet full of oil and you fry them. And you take them out and you salt them. As simple as that. Alright guys, so I've taken over and putting the plantain chips in the oil while Joe shows you guys how to do a crooked one. At first he said, stop for a minute Joe, because it's so crooked like this, he was gonna like chop it in half to do it, but he says he thinks he can manage. So he is shredding that one, or I don't know what you call it, slicing it for me, while I'm putting some more chips in the pot. And we're doing like 5 plantains because we really want to have a whole stash of it to put in a big Ziploc bag, and that way when we're jonesing for some chips, rather than go buy the unhealthy chips in the streets, we're going to be using this. And of course, you know, this is not 100% healthy because we are frying the plantains, okay? Let's not get that twisted. We are frying the plantains and it's in oil, but it's in canola oil. So this is not something you want to eat every day. And watch the salt, because I think Joe was going a little bit too heavy on the salt, so we're going to watch the salt on this batch that I'm doing right here. And basically that's all there is to it. So Joe is doing a great job right here just slicing it. Be careful with your fingers. Don't get too low on the plantain. See, this is kind of thick right there. Don't go lower than that because you're gonna hurt yourself. And this is all remnants, and we're still gonna fry these. We're not gonna waste anything at all, okay? So I have a skimmer here, and that's what I'm moving it around with. And pretty much we'll see when it's all done. Here's the finished product. I promise you guys, these taste as good as they look. Once you taste plantain chips for the first time, there's no going back to regular chips. Alright guys, so all the frying is done and the chips have cooled off enough that I can put it in this Ziploc bag. You know, the sandwich size Ziploc bag of these chips sells for like $2 to $3 or maybe even more. So this is like a good $15 bag of chips. And I still have some on this plate right here because I'm going to use this for my thumbnail. But the most difficult part about making the plantain chips is the opening of the plantain. If you're a woman and you've got like long fake fingernails, it's not going to fly, okay? So that's why I brought Joe in, because he's got good, strong, sturdy fingers. And the next hardest part is not eating them while you're frying. Right, Joe?
That's right.
Joe ate so much along the way. I don't know what he's doing, eating some more now. You got to taste? Let me taste.
I'm tasting.
That's what he says. He's tasting. It's so good though. But of course, anything that's fried is so good. So keep that in mind. It is fried. So you want to make sure that you don't eat a whole lot. Like, we're going to have it in this bag. And I'm going to pray and hope that Joshua and Jada saves me some, because I know they're going to eat it. It's so delicious. Go lightly on the salt because, you know, you don't want to get too much salt in your system, right? But this is so tasty. Good alternative to all these chips that has preservatives. Even if you've never tasted a plantain before, if you have access to it, get the green one and try this. The plantain slicer is sold at Walmart for really, really cheap. And it's so delicious. And also, Joe, I was asking earlier off camera, can they do it with a green banana?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can't get plantains, you can get a super green banana and slice it the same way. You can fry those and it should come out good. And those of course would be called banana chips, not plantain chips. And plantain, to me, plantain is like a cousin of banana. So, I can't resist. Thanks so much for watching the show. If you like this video, hit like below for me. Thank you for picking up the books. Please share it with your friends and family for me. Please share the books and the show with your friends and family for me. And until I see you guys again, take care. So here I am a couple days later making more plantain chips because the kids, I'm not gonna say that I was involved, but the kids ate all of the chips. And when Joe came back for some, they were all gone. So we ran down to Food for Less to try to find some more green plantains because that's where they are the cheapest. It's like $2.75 for 4 big ones. And I also found some green bananas. And I'm gonna be frying some of these chips to have for Joe because I felt so sorry for him last night when he went for the chips and he couldn't find any. These kids are awful, just awful. I'll show you at the end what the banana chips look like too, okay? The chips made from green bananas are a little bit smaller, lighter in color even after being fried, and they taste a whole lot sweeter. I want to give a special shout out to 2 people that visited my mom and dad's store recently, Kenneth and his daughter Deshawn. Thank you so much for treating Mom so well when you went to the store, and I've been meaning to do the shout out for a while, but I keep forgetting. Thanks so much guys for watching, and thanks for sharing it, okay? Thank you so much for liking the video and subscribing. Please check out my other 2 channels, the product review channel, Bear Pantry Talk, and come have some fun with my family and me over at the vlog channel, Babs Bear Talk.